Do you have the characteristics of a victim? What do I mean by that? Well, I've had the privilege of speaking to more consumers than probably anyone on the planet. Each and every day throughout my 48-year career, I've taken consumer problems, questions, and complaints, and I've talked to victims of consumer fraud and scams. You know what I found out? That all of them have certain things in common. Every single one of them. And I've had about 350,000 conversations. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could catalog all of those characteristics? So I went back through my records, plus used my memory, to come up with some of the common traits. Do you have them? Well, I use the word amen to bring them out. A-M-E-N. Amen. Let's talk about what they stand for. A is for appearance. They were either underdressed or overdressed, not caring about detail or caring too much about detail. I tried to analyze why that would happen. Maybe scammers, con artists, they take note of what you look like, how you appear in social media, online or in person. And maybe if you don't pay attention to detail, they figure, this person isn't paying attention. Or maybe if you pay too much attention to detail, they figure you're vain and too into yourself and maybe not paying attention to other things. Whatever it is, appearance is a big factor. Another one, M, A-M-E-N. The M stands for your mouth. It's just kind of a way of reminding myself that one of the characteristics of people who are victims, people who don't use their mouth properly. In other words, improper communication. First of all, they don't ask enough questions, or they don't say, stop, I'm not interested. They don't communicate properly. Somewhere along the line, they think it's polite to maybe listen, not to interrupt, not to ask too many questions, or maybe they want to pretend they understand. Whatever it is, they don't use their mouth. They don't communicate, especially how they're feeling and what's on their mind. Now let's take the E, A-M-E-N, the E. It stands for education or experience. What do I mean by that? Well, people who are victims of fraud hardly ever do the necessary research. They don't educate themselves about what they're embarking on. If they're going to buy a car, if they're getting a furnace installed, a water heater, or making an investment, they just don't take the time to educate themselves. Nor do they rely on other people's experience. Experience is so important, but so many people just figure they'll figure it out for themselves, and they don't go by others' experience or even their own experience. They may come across the same problem over and over and over, but they don't learn from that experience. So they deny the experience of others and of themselves, and they don't educate themselves. It's so important to know what you're getting into. Know the common pitfalls, the normal pricing, and some of the scams in that category. It all comes under education and experience. Finally, the N, A-M-E-N, amen, the N. It stands for your name. What that means is, don't sign your name to just anything. So many people do. They don't read and they sign. They don't have regard or respect for their name, for their signature. Another thing is their information about their name, where they live, what they do, what they drive, what they make, what they buy, what they sell. All kinds of information on the internet about them. Their name is out there. They don't guard their name. They don't guard their information. It also has to do with credit ratings. They don't regard their name with respect. Maybe they don't pay their bills on time. They get bad credit. So N can be for bad credit too. So do you have these characteristics? Improper appearance, lack of communication, lack of education for a particular purpose or the experience you need, and your name, not respected, not guarded. If so, you could be the next victim of a scam. I'm Tom Martino.